Hi everyone. Today we are going to be talking about how to punctuate a letter. So I have written a letter here and I included the punctuation in the sentences since we are just focusing on the punctuation of a letter. But here I have the date, the address. In a friendly letter, you don't have to put the address here. You would put it on your envelope. But I wanted to go ahead and just put it up here so that I didn't have to use an envelope. We'll look at making sure that we punctuate that correctly as well. There is a lesson on dates and address punctuation. If you haven't looked at that, I recommend you maybe go ahead and take a quick look. And then I have the parts of the letter. So let's first go ahead and look at our date. We remember that here this says April 26th, 2020. And the only punctuation we need in a date is we need to put a comma to separate the day of the month and the year. So we just put a comma, just like that. Now, let's look at our address. This is the school's address. It's kind of a weird address, but we have the street number and the street name. We don't need any punctuation up here. We don't have an abbreviation except for state, and again, you don't have to put periods as an abbreviation of a state if you don't want to. Then we come down here, we have Granite City, Illinois, 63110. That's not the right zip code. That's okay. We'll use our imaginations. But we know that in an address, we have to put a comma between the city and the state. So you put a comma right here. Okay? Cool. So that's it for dates and street addresses. Now when we come down here, we have 4 parts of our letter down here. This part here is called the greeting. When you say, Dear Megan, I wrote a letter to my sister. So what you do after the greeting is you put a comma. Dear Megan, comma. Because Dear Megan is not a sentence, correct? No. So we have to put a comma after the name of the person we're writing to in our greeting. Now this part, this is called the body of the letter. Like I said, I included all the punctuation in the body of the letter. This just talks about my day. I said, Dear Megan, I hope you had a great day today. Emily and I spent the day outside. I gardened and she played in the sprinkler. After her nap, we went for a walk. I miss you. Please give Zoe, that's my beautiful, fantastic, wonderful niece, a hug for me. Sincerely, Justine. So down here we have our closing and our signature. For our closing, like sincerely or all my love or, in partnership, different things like that, you put a comma. Because again, sincerely isn't a sentence, is it? Sincerely, pause, Justine, okay? So commas often mean pauses. Dear Megan, pause. I hope you had a great day today. Blah, blah, blah. Sincerely, pause, Justine. Okay, so these are the main parts of punctuation that we need. We need a comma after the greeting, a comma after sincerely or after your closing, you need a comma between the day of the month and the year, and then you need different commas in your addresses. I really encourage you to go watch the punctuation of addresses and dates because in the address section we really go through quite a bit of different instances and addresses. Okay, that's it, short and sweet. Go ahead and write a letter. You can write it to a friend of yours, you can write it to me, you can write it to your parents or your sisters, cousins, whoever you would choose, or whoever you would like. But I want you to make sure that you're including your punctuation, all right? Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I got for you. Let me see a couple letters. Let me see what you do. All right, my dears, I miss you. I think you're fantastic. I'll talk to you later.